Hello, I just wanted to show how to add product on Magento 2.1. So when you have your URL, you can see there was one sample product I have added here. So I'm just going to cover on this video about how to really add. So based on with the Magento 2.0, the admin URL can be changed instead of just a /admin. So I'm going to go to my domain. And then with this particular domain, I set up admin, so that will take me to the administration console. Normally, if you're not logged in, and apparently I was logged in on here before, it will bring up this Magento 2.0 login screen. So you logged in with your username and password. On the left hand side, so this will tell you what's going on your website or how many sales you had and so forth and so on. On the left hand side, if you click on here, you have categories. So the categories is, for example, if I'm selling tires, the truck tires, the car tires, and then the ATV tires, those would be the tires. And inside the truck tires, I can have the size of the tires, and then the snow tires as another category on there. So that's defined categories. Catalogs means the items, the product itself, right? So I would click on the first things for me. I normally create my list of categories on here. This is a children's gifts website, so we have created our categories as you know, boys toys, girls, the travel toys, and so forth and so on. Inside the boys and girls, we have created different age groups, and you can, if you create them and then you want to move them, you can always just drag it and move it around wherever you feel more suitable. So once the first things is to create the categories, and then you can list the product. So I goes to the catalog, and I want to say, I want to add a new product, add a product on the right hand side. So once I click on there, it will load up. With the Magento 2.0, they've done a fantastic job about, instead of old console, you have to go to different places to add about the price, and if you forgot that part, the product won't show up, and then the quantities and so forth and so on. So with the Magento 2.0, it's one-page product listing, so fantastic on that, you know. So so let's say I am adding I'm adding a toy, so I'm gonna say sample toy. With the SQ, so I'm gonna leave my default attributes. Attributes means the colors, the sizes. So if I'm listing a shirt, the size of the shirts, you know, large, extra large, so forth and so on. And this one, we already set up the attributes category, but this one I'm just gonna use the product, just a product name. SQ, you know, so this can be something that you guys can understand. So it's just totally a business decisions on your end. So if it's a boy toys, we can simply put B001, something like that, and then internally you know what that refers to, and then the price. So the coolest part with Magento, in here, I can click on advanced pricing icon just below, and I can go and tell what's my cost is. So if it's a $10 item I'm selling, I say I'm selling for $5. And then the special price from to date. So let's say you're running a sales on this, and you can set this up. Hey, it's normally $10 on retail, but for right now it's a $7, right? So I'm gonna say $7, and this is only throughout the January 1st and December 1st to December 31st, right? So when I do that, what it will do, when the time comes, it will automatically take it off, and you don't have to come back again and change it. And if you forgot it, that's fine, because the program automatically does it for you. So I hit done here, and I put $10 is regular price, and you will see where's a product I listed here. And when you have the sum, because it's catch out right here, you know, to show the special price. So that's why we will do that. The quantities, most of the Magento sites I worked on, I normally carry inventory, so that will write it as a part for me, that we will, you know, maintain our inventory. So I says we have 1,000 pieces, 1,000 parts, right? It's in stock, and depends on how we have configured your site. Sometimes you can say even it's out of stock, so you want to show it in the back order, right? So I put it in 1,000 there, and then a weight, and then I'll put it on, I don't know, maybe 5 kilograms, 5 pounds, my bad. So here's the categories. This is so if you already have the you know, like I recommend in the past, that have the categories listed. Once you have the categories listed, then you can always come and go through here. You know, so it's a boy toy, and then the ages 7 to 8, and then let's say, and I want to say it's also a traveling toy. I wanted to be able to, you know, I always recommend to list it under multiple categories. That's add keywords on there, you know, because sometimes it can fit more than one category, especially in this scenario. Visibility, you can have it, it's not visible, search, or catalog only. So I normally have a default set up for catalog and search on there. And then set the product from, set the product new from date. You can, if you wanted to, and that will show up if you configure your front page to show only new product. So there you add it. That just basically listing on the main product part, you know. So content, this is where you show what's the informations about the site. The short descriptions, you can see this is this part on a product is your short description. This is your long description, and you can have a all these different features, right? So the long descriptions normally show underneath the product, the short description show to the right hand side on there. So they have integrated VCV editor, what you see, what you get editor. So it's you know, and you also can add the regular HTML code if you like, you know. So, and you can, if you're familiar with Microsoft Word, you can type this information in Microsoft Word and bring it in and just paste it on the Word format, and it will carry the same format just like how you had it, you know. For me, this is where you add your images, and you can click, select the image, and so I'm gonna add an image from my desktop, you know. So it's a part of my business card, so it will be added, and then your images are normally in design, it shows up on the bottom of the product, you know. And then the search engine optimizations, for me, why develop a site without, it's like giving somebody a car without the keys, you know. So develop your sites with the optimizations in mind, you know. So the meta descriptions, these are informations you write directly for the search engine you know, Google or Bing or Yahoo or however it is, you know. So these ones you probably don't see unless if you pay close attention, but they are very, very important. There are places like Google keyword tools you can use to find the keywords you should use in here. The descriptions normally about 150 or 160 characters. Make sure you explain that on very detail oriented way. And the URL key, this is a URL key on here. So how it's look like, you know. So right here on this specific product, you can see the URL is Play-Doh plus varietypack.html, because Google give you more plus current or a good point if you have the URL along with the title, which is this is the title on the side, right? So meta title, and then the keywords, I would stay to about 5 to 10 keywords on a specific product, and then the description, meta descriptions, right? Here you can list it up your related product, upsells product, cross sells product, and it explains what they are right here, you know. So if you're selling tires, the related product would be tubes, or wheel caps, or however it is, you know. So that just basically we can go through every item here, but that just basically gives you how to list the product. In here talked about the layout and the design, so I can say is whether you want to have 2 columns, 1 column. So every product can have its own way of looking different. You know, I would recommend to keep it all in the same as much as possible, but sometimes you know you need that differentiations for different types of products. Because if I'm listing a shirt versus tires, or if I'm listing a car versus toys, they have to look different. So what people want on the left hand side and right hand side. That, you know, gift options, with this specific one we configured it's all our products are gifts, so allow gift messages on there. The product attributes, these are the ones that we already have predefined. We can have defined manufacturers and the color wise, and when you pick the colors here, it will create a different SKUs for every product, because you can have a shirt red is a one SKU versus the same shirt in black color is a different SKU. So once you do that and hit save product, and then you can do, you know, if you list in the same type of product, you can do a save and duplicate, and then you can just simply come and change your informations here. That's a really nice added feature they have. So save or save and close, you know. So I just got done here, so I'm just gonna hit save and close. So voila. So now if I go there, now you can see 2 different products, right? So if I go back to my home page, oops, so you might not, right off the bat, you might not see the product. You know, the reasons is because you need to run indexing. So if you see this, you know, don't worry. I'll show you later down in my next video how to run indexing on a Magento website. Thank you and have a good one.